How's it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another NBA 2K23 MyNBA Rebuilding Challenge, although it's not really a rebuilding challenge today. It's sort of like a what if. So we're going to have all of the 30 teams all the time, and we're going to just see what happens when we do that. So what if all 30 teams had their best players in the NBA at the same time? What if all the legends were in the NBA at the same time? What team would come out on top? That should be pretty fun. Who's MVP, Defense Player of the Year, etc. So if you're enjoying the content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what more video it is. Socials, playlist, my main channel, second channel, down below in the description. And yeah, leave your predictions. What do you think? Who's gonna win the championship? Who do you think's gonna win Finals MVP? Who do you think's gonna win the MVP, Defense Player of the Year, Coach of the Year? Who's gonna have the best record, best team? Leave all your predictions down below before you watch the video. All right, let's get on to the gameplay. Alright, so let's just take a look at each roster, kind of just glance over them so you guys can see we have the all-time Philadelphia 76ers here. They got some good players up here: Malone, Iverson, Julius Erving, Chamberlain, Embiid. Yeah, this team is good. Ben Simmons is on the squad, which is kind of funny. Some of these teams are going to have multiple guys, right? So obviously LeBron's probably around with 3 of the teams, right? You see the Bucks. Bucks have a pretty solid squad. Kareem, 99 overall. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Derrick Rose, Dennis Rodman, Artis Gilmore, Jimmy. Oh my goodness, the Bulls are good. I mean, every team is good. Young LeBron with Kyrie, Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Galskis somehow, some way. All right, I like in the squad that they've got. The Celtics with an 88 overall Jason Tatum. That's pretty crazy. He's like a 95 now, I think. So, Larry Bird's at 98. Oh my goodness. Kawhi Leonard, all-time Clipper. We got Pau Gasol on the Grizzlies. John Moran, you guys know he does well in the sim, but will he do well in the sim with all these guys over here? We've got Wilkins, 95 overall. He's a good legend in the sim. Miami Heat LeBron, although that's his Laker picture. Then we got Dwayne Wade, Alonzo Mourning, Jimmy Butler. Got an older Shaq, Chris Bosh. They have a bio already? Damn. Okay, interesting. Goran Dragic, legend. The Hornets with Glenn Rice at a 90 overall. Okay. So they're interesting. The Jazz, I'm sure they're going to have, Stockton and Malone at the top. Pete Maravich also there. Adrian Dantley, you're going to see. Some other guys. Darren Williams. I saw Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Gordon Hayward, the Booze, AK-47. The Kings, the Kings have a solid team. Got Oscar Robertson, Jerry Lucas, Mitch Richmond, Nate Archibald, DeMarcus Cousins. The Knicks with Frazier, Ewing, Reed, Richie Guerin, Carmelo Anthony. I feel like, I don't know. I think Richie, is he better than Carmelo? I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Lakers got Magic, Kobe, Shaq. They've got Jerry. The Lakers have probably the most talented team. They're up there. I mean, Lakers have so many legends, honestly. Orlando Magic, they're here. The Mavericks, you got Dirk. They got Luka, who's already here as a 20-year-old legend. He's a 93 overall. That's ridiculous, man. Luka's a sim god. Nets with Irving, Durant, Jason Kidd, James Harden, because he was there for a season and a half. Not even, right? Kyrie's already a legend, even though he's only played in 5 games. The Nuggets, Thompson, Anthony. I feel like Jokic should be. I feel like Jokic should be higher overall. If you're asking me personally, that's just my opinion. Paul George on the Pacers makes sense. Green O'Neal. I was about to say Reggie Miller is not in the game, which is why he's not here. Otherwise, Reggie Miller would be here. So that's one thing I don't like that 2K. Well, it's not really 2K's fault because I guess they couldn't get his rights, but it is kind of annoying. Obviously, you're not going to see Charles Barkley on the Sixers or the Suns, which is a little bit upsetting too. But it is what it is. But yeah, this team is interesting as well. Julius Randle, an all-time Pelican. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, then again, the Pelicans haven't been around that long, so it makes sense. Yeah, the Pistons, they have some players here, as you can see. IT, Joe Dumars, Kawhi and Vince Carter, Chris Bosh, Kyle Lowry, DeRozan. Okay, yeah, this is an interesting team. It's, The Rockets, low-key, are pretty underrated with Olajuwon Malone, James Harden, Kyle Drexler, Tracy McGrady. They got Murphy, Ming, CP3, Ralph on the squad as well. Yeah, they got a good squad. And then, of course, you know, the Spurs, they've got their big five right here. Also, Ginobili coming off the bench is kind of crazy. Dampier. Yeah, they got a good team. The Suns, obviously, good squad. They just don't have Barkley. Imagine putting Barkley on the squad as well. They'd be legit scary. The Thunder, interesting with Durant, Peyton Westbrook, Allen, George. What do we have here? The Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler. Let's go. He's on there. Dude, Wiggins is even on there too. Nice. What else? We got the Trailblazers with Drexler, Bill Walton, Damian Lillard, Lucas. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Sabonis. We've got Terry Porter. We've got Sidney Wicks. We've got Clay over here, obviously on the Warriors. We've got Chamberlain, Curry, Durant, Rick Barry. Oh my god, dude, the Warriors are low-key kind of scary. I think the Warriors might win. I'm going to predict that the Warriors are going to win, not the Celtics or the Lakers. I'm going to go with the Warriors as the team that I think will win it all. Got Hayes, Unseld, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall. So that's going to be my pick. MVP. Who's going to be the MVP in a league like this? Probably, I wanted to say Michael Jordan, but I don't think he will win. It's going to be tough. Tracy McGrady could win it, honestly, because he's just, like, not... I don't know. That's tough, man. I'm going to say... Okay, I'm just going to predict that the... what's-his-face is going to win it. I'm going to say the Warriors are going to win it all. That's my guess. We're going to simulate, I guess, to the deadline. We'll look at kind of, like, the standings, really. I'm not going to look at every team's stats, but we'll just look at the standings, see where everybody stands at the deadline. We'll also look at All-Stars, who's going to be All-Stars at the end of the season, awards, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to simulate, and we'll just see how this season goes, and we'll see who is truly the best NBA team of all time. So let's take a look at the standings at the deadline. So right now, the Celtics, best team in the Eastern Conference at 40-15. Not too much of a surprise if we take a look at the standings. My assumption is in the Western Conference with the Lakers. Yeah, 40-15. But the Warriors are right there. That's my guess. The Knicks are 37-19. That's impressive. Sixers are third. Who's the worst team in the East? Charlotte. That kind of makes sense. They don't really have a lot of talent. Indiana, Toronto, Brooklyn is kind of interesting. Cleveland, Orlando, Washington, and Miami's an 8th seed. Okay. Chicago, 27-27 with Michael Jordan. You never count on Michael Jordan, but, you know, I just think that there's too many guys on the Celtics. I mean, Bob Cousy, Bill Sharman, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Bill Russell, John Havlicek, Paul Pierce coming off the bench, Dave Cowens, George White, Robert Parrish, Kevin Garnett, Jason Tatum, Rajon Rondo, Tommy Heinsohn, Ray Allen, dude. Dude, this team is stacked. This team is stacked, man. I mean, the Lakers are also stacked. Jerry West, Kobe Bryant, Elgin Baylor, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. Magic Johnson's not even starting. Kareem's not even starting. James Worthy, George Mikan, Anthony Davis. So many guys are coming off the bench that, like, it's just, like, absolutely crazy. Yeah, man, I don't know. But honestly, though, the Warriors are a very underrated pick. And this is crazy because this is, like, the core four. And this team is literally a 2 seed. Think about that. Just the core four guys. Obviously, they have Wilt. So, like, it's Wilt friggin' Chamberlain. I mean, of course, they have a great bench. Paul Horizon, Rick Barry, Chris Mullin. I mean, that Run TMC coming off the bench. Baron Davis, Sleepy Floyd. So, I mean, obviously, it's not just that. And that was cool with David Silva, Iggy. But, yeah, that's insane. This team is insane. But, yeah, just looking at who's the worst. It's Memphis. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Memphis is the worst team. Yeah, Pau Gasol, I mean, they got a young Ja Morant. Well, I mean, Ja Morant's young, but I'm just saying, in this league, it's kind of hard, so. Alright, so those are your standings. We're going to take a look at the All-Star people, just the league leaders, as we simulate to the end of the season. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll look at the awards and go from there. Okay, well, Larry Bird was the MVP. Okay, I could have seen that. I probably should have called that. Larry Bird, MVP, putting up 18.8 points. This is your MVP numbers because there are just so many players on that team. Just in general in the league, I'm sure, like, I'm curious to see the league leaders. So yeah, Larry Bird was the MVP. Kevin Love was the 6th man of the year. There's no rookies. So yeah, Kevin Love's 6th man of the year. That'd be insane if there was a rookie. But Kevin Love, 6th man of the year, 18 points, 9.3 rebounds, 4.7 assists. I mean, he's a 6th man now, so that kind of makes sense. But good stuff there from Kevin Love. Bill Russell, defense player of the year. Could have predicted that one. I mean, the dude is probably the greatest defensive player of all time. Obviously, right? I mean, Bill friggin' Russell. Bill friggin' Russell. So yeah, put up some nice numbers. John Morant was the most improved player. He actually did win that in real life. This is interesting. Most improved. I guess his shooting efficiency went up. Fair play. And his turnovers went down. Rasheed Goodrich was the coach of the year. I don't know who he coached. Boston? Okay. And then Stephanie Morris, executive of the year for Boston. So Boston went 16-22. So let's see the All-NBA teams. I'm curious. So Oscar Robertson, James Harden on the Rockets, Larry Bird obviously winning MVP, LeBron James on Cleveland, and then Bob McAdoo. That is an interesting All-NBA first team. Wouldn't have predicted it. Second team, Penny Hardaway. That's interesting to see. We have Chris Paul, Bob Pettit, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then we've got Bill Walton. So there's your All-NBA second team. Then All-NBA third team. We have Pete Maravich, the Pistol, T-Mac, who I thought could maybe win MVP. But I don't think the Magic were good enough. Grant Hill, and then Karl Malone and Wilt Chamberlain. Interesting. Very interesting. All defensive first team got Michael Jordan, John Stockton, Scottie Pippen, Tim Duncan, of course, Bill Russell. Kind of makes a lot of sense there. These are some of the best defensive players of all time, for sure. All defensive second team, we've got Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, LeBron on the Heat, Kawhi Leonard, and then, of course, Dikembe Mutombo, also known as Cookie Monster. And, of course, we don't have any rookies. So, let's take a look at some of the league leaders, and we'll look at the standings. So, kind of no surprises here. So, I'm actually kind of intrigued that the Knicks had the number 2 seed. Yeah, I don't... That's kind of surprising, in my opinion. But, yeah, 16-22 for the all-time Celtics. You guys can see the standings. We're going to take a look, though, at the actual standings in general. So, as you can see, it's Boston, the best team. Worst team was Indiana in the East, 26-56. In the Western Conference, the Lakers also had 60 games. Golden State, 55-27. I said Golden State would win, so we'll see if they end up winning. Rockets were also pretty good. The Kings, shout out Kings. Yeah, the Grizzlies were 18-64. They kind of just didn't stand a chance. So yeah, no worries though, Grizz. You'll get it next time. But let's take a look here at the stats, player stats. Well, actually not player stats, league leaders. So where do we look at those league leaders? Curious to see the leaders in like points, rebounds, assists. So Bob McAdoo led the entire league in scoring. Dominique Wilkins was second. I said, okay, yeah, I said he could be a pretty good in the sim. Grant Hill, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Only 5 guys averaged 20 points. I mean, yeah, if you round up, these guys did here too. But in terms of just 20, no, rounding up, 20.1 for LeBron. So LeBron, Jordan, Grant Hill, Dominique, and Bob McAdoo. Leading rebounder was Bob McAdoo. Wow. Dwight Howard, Moses Malone, and Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. A lot of guys averaged lots of rebounds, but nobody averaged a clean 10. And in terms of assists, we had Chris Paul leading the league, then John Stockton, Walt Clyde Frazier, and then Bob Cousy. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Looking at the steal leaders, John Stockton, 2.2. That kind of makes sense. Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, only guys with at least 2 steals a game. So you're looking at that. It looks good. And then our block shot leaders got Mark Eden, Bill Russell, Lonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, Wilt Chamberlain, Willis Reed. Yeah, a lot of guys had at least 2 blocks a game. 13 players had at least 2 blocks a game. That's pretty impressive. Who's the most efficient scorer? Bob McAdoo. Man, Bob McAdoo. Shout out Bob McAdoo, man. And the best three-point shooter was Cliff Hagan. Jerry Stackhouse. Trey Young. What's up, Trey? Allen Houston also is there. Chauncey Billups. Okay, I like the squad. I like it. Very nice, very nice. Best free throw shooter was Rick Barry, Mark Price, Damian Lillard, Magic, Mike, Walter Davis. Okay, interesting stuff here. Very cool stuff. So, we are going to go to the playoff tree. We're going to sim the play-in, and we'll kind of just like take a look and see who advances. So we'll sim the play-in. Utah gets eliminated. Orlando gets eliminated. Portland gets eliminated. And Brooklyn got eliminated, as you can see. So, here is your final playoff tree. We've got the Lakers, Thunder, the Kings, Spurs, Rockets, Nuggets, Golden State and Clippers. We got Boston, Detroit, the Bucks and Hawks, Sixers and Bulls, and then New York and Washington. So, because they're in the bottom right corner, you can't see. We're going to sim the round and see if there are any upsets, perhaps, as we kind of go through here. So, Chicago eliminated in the first round. Looks like Atlanta gets eliminated, I see. San Antonio got eliminated. That's interesting. Washington gets eliminated. Clippers get eliminated. Denver got eliminated. The Pistons got eliminated. And the Thunder almost beat the Lakers as well. They were very close to beating the Lakers and upsetting them. And so were the Celtics. They almost lost too. But it is the 1 through 4, as you can see. So there were no upsets. But there were almost 2 number 1 upsets here with the Lakers and Celtics, which would have been crazy. So, again, my pick is Golden State. I said from the jump that they would win. So we'll simulate round. I could be wrong. And, okay, Philly gets eliminated by the Knicks. The Kings, not the Kings. The Kings beat the Lakers. The Bucks got eliminated. And the Rockets get eliminated. Wow. Okay. Wow, the Kings swept the Lakers? Really? Wow. That's crazy. It's not like the Kings are bad. Like, they have a good team, but I'm surprised, man. A sweep? Wow. That's insane. The Knicks swept the Sixers. The Knicks are in the conference finals. Boston versus the Knicks. We might have a rematch. Well, technically a rematch of the finals, except with the all-time players. But maybe not. The Kings and the Knicks would be an interesting finals. That would be for sure. But let's see. So we'll simulate the round. And the Knicks get eliminated in 5 to the Celtics. And the Kings get eliminated in 6 to the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry, Western Conference Finals MVP. And Larry Bird, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. That's a tough matchup here. Boston versus Golden State in the finals. Let's just take a look at one more time at the lineups. As we got Bob Cousy, Bill Sharman, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Bill Russell, John Havlicek. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if the Warriors beat this team, that's impressive, I have to say. The Warriors are good, don't get me wrong, but actually, you know what? They have a shot. Looking at their team, they have a shot, man. I will go game by game. Game 1, the Warriors win by 6. Let's view the box score. Kevin Garnett led the way with 18. Cousy with 17. Okay. Well, this was for the Celtics. Larry Bird was 3 of 9. 10 assists, but didn't really do amazing. Who was the best on that team? Rick Barry, 27. 25 for Wilt. There's a lot of, rivalry here. Wilt versus Russell. Did Russell play? Yeah, he played. I didn't see him. Okay. Very interesting. Paul Pierce had the most rebounds on the team. That's kind of funny. And in the game in general, which is a bit strange. Yeah. Game 2 is a Celtics win, so they even up the series 1-1. Let's view the box score. Larry Bird. Dude, Larry Bird's a god in the sim, man. I'm telling you, he's a god. Larry Bird is a god. I think Larry Bird is the greatest player of all time. He might be, according to 2K. Wow. All right. Well, we'll see if he ends up winning. This will kind of prove it, I guess. Won the MVP. Got Curry leading the way. Rick Barry, Wilt Chamberlain. Okay. I'm liking it. Game 3. The Warriors are up 2-1. They win by 5. It is 2-1. Wilt with 24 and 9. Rick Barry 21. Curry with a double-double. 3 steals. Durant with 13. I mean, not a lot of scoring. Guys leading the team in scoring. Kevin Garnett with 18. 17 for Kuzi. Havlicek with 17. 16 for Sharman. 15 for Pierce. I don't know. Larry Bird. Oh, this is game 1. Sorry. Fuck, I'm looking at the wrong game. Game 3. There we go. Kuzi with 23. You guys can see. I was about to say, like, Larry Bird had another game with the exact same stats. That's game 1. But, yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. There you guys can see the box score. So, game 4. And the Warriors are up 3-1. By 14 points. You box score. I'm just saying, man. If the Warriors blow a 3-1 lead, that would be insane. But I don't know if they will. I mean, there's a chance, I guess. But you could see Paul Pierce, Kuzi, Russell. Honestly, Larry Bird, he putting up double-double, but he's not shooting the ball that well. So, I mean, we'll simcast it. And maybe we'll hop on in and watch the celebration. I usually don't do that, but we might do it here. We'll sim it. I'm not going to care about the minutes. So we'll see how we do. Quarter 1, Warriors got it. Quarter 2, Warriors are pulling away. And we're going to stop right here. The Warriors are about to win a championship. Let's jump in. We're going to watch a little bit of the game, and then we'll, I guess, watch a little bit of the celebration. I simulated a bit more with 6 seconds left. We'll just choose sides here. We'll be the Warriors, as they're going to end up winning. I called it. I said that the Warriors would win. I guess I'll just take a shot here with Wilt Chamberlain and miss it, because why not? As the Warriors end up winning the NBA Finals. So they have, according to 2K, at least in this simulation, the best team of all time. That is absolutely insane. What a... Wow, are they crying? I don't know. But the Warriors, man, they beat the Celtics, man. Back-to-back seasons, except this time they got all their best players. Medical miracles were performed. So let's see, I guess, who wins the Finals MVP. I would assume it's probably going to be Wilt. Wilt looks really happy. He's doing his dancing. He's cheering up with the fans. There's Durant on the bench. Getting carried to another championship. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, dude. He didn't get carried. They're good. Oh, Curry's on the bench. But then again, it was like a blowout, so it kind of makes sense. All right, let's see the celebration. Who's going to win the Finals MVP? I don't want to see the crowd. I don't care about the crowd. Give me the celebration. It just put me to the screen. Okay, whatever. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. All right, I guess we'll just look at the Finals MVP here. I wanted to see the celebration, but I guess not. Okay, thanks, 2K. Rick Barry was your Finals MVP? Okay. Okay. Interesting stuff there. So, wow. The Warriors. I called it. I said the Warriors would win. So, I got that right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here, folks. If you guys predicted the Warriors, let me know in the comments below. Well, I mean, you would have done that already. But if you did, I will make sure to heart your comment. Well, I'll heart your comment anyway. But what do you guys think? Is this true or is it not? I assume that we'd have to probably do a bunch of simulations to try to get something more accurate. That's just my opinion. But with that being said, I guess we're just going to go to full screen and quickly wrap up this vid. So if you enjoyed, like I said, like button, subscribe. We got our socials, comments, description, playlist, below, down. You know what I mean, okay? So, if you want to see me do an actual rebuild of an all-time team, let me know. We could definitely do that. Maybe the Grizzlies. We could try to rebuild the Grizzlies. That would be interesting because they were the worst team. So if you want me to do a Memphis Grizzlies all-time rebuild challenge, let me know in the comments down below. If you don't, I might still do it anyway because why not? It's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want. All right, I'm done. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Peace.